Hello, friends. Welcome to today's episode. I want to share with you one of the most important things for international students to do. That is writing professional emails. I want to show you how to write professional emails that get responses. One of the most important skills for anyone planning to study abroad is learning how to write professional emails. I know many students who spend hours searching for scholarships, assistantships, PhD opportunities, but they never contact the people who can help them. So why? Because they are afraid of writing emails. Today, I want to show you that writing a professional email is not difficult. In fact, one email can lead to a scholarship, to an application fee waiver, to a research opportunity, or even a lifelong connection. So why are you not writing? Why are you not writing the emails? So in writing your professional emails, the number one step is use a professional email address. Before you send any email, make sure your email address looks professional. I intentionally did this video to help my friends whom I have been communicating with, because this is something that I have observed from the people that I'm coaching at the moment. One of the major communication mediums that I intentionally want them to use is emails. So we communicate through emails, and some of them make these big mistakes. They have an email address that includes their nicknames with so many numbers that you cannot trace. So in writing a professional emails, check your personal email address. For instance, my own is my name at gmail.com. And with my school one, it's the same thing. It's my name at my school's, my organization's code. So Grace Asare at gmail.com, your name at Gmail, whatever is good. Don't use your nicknames. Don't use random numbers. Remember, first impression matters. And number two, write a clear subject line. Write a clear subject line. Admission teams receive a lot of emails from a lot of students. So if you want to get feedback as soon as possible, it is important for you to state your subject clearly. One of the things that I've observed from my people, the people that I'm coaching, my students, is that some of them don't even state any subjects. It's just blank. So you wouldn't know the heading. You wouldn't know anything. You have to read the body of the message to find what the person meant. And that is wrong. It might delay your response. So it is very, very important for you to make your subject clear. Admission officers and professors receive hundreds of emails. Make it easy for them to understand why you are writing. And some of the examples may be prospective MD student from Ghana, inquiry about PhD opportunities in your area, maybe request for an application fee waiver, questions about scholarship opportunities. Very simple but clear headings or subjects will help you. Always use your first page that you wrote to the admission. Always stick to that. Whenever they write to you, respond by just clicking on the reply. Don't open a fresh page to send a different email. I have seen my students doing that when the first email that we started communicating with, whenever they want to communicate back, they open a new page and write a different heading. We should just keep that one page. It really helps so that we keep track of each other, so that I can trace you whenever I won't trace you. And start with a professional greeting. Some of them say, hey, hi, dear. Oh, hi, dear. No, it should be professional. You are dealing with your professors. You are dealing with the admission team. So address them properly with their maybe their second name, dear professor. Oh, Smith, dear admissions team, dear doctor, whatever. You can find it on the school's website. You can find their names and their pronouns. You can find them there. And as I've said, avoid greetings like hey, hi dear, what's up, and those kind of words. Professional communication requires professionalism. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are in 1 or 2 sentences. For example, my name is Grace Asare. I am an international student from Ghana, currently pursuing a Master of Divinity at the University of this as the Austin Presbyterian Theological Seminary. I'm interested in applying to your program, Keep it short and relevant. And number 5, state your purpose clearly. Don't make the reader guess why you are writing. Go get to the point respectively. For example, I'm writing to inquire about scholarship opportunities available for international students. Or I would like to know whether application fee waivers are available for prospective applicants. Ask specific questions. Instead of asking 10 questions in one email, focus on the most important ones. Specific questions receive better responses. And end politely. Thank them for their time. Thank them, for example, thank you for your time and your consideration. I appreciate your assistance and look forward to hearing from you. And finally, include your full name and sign, okay? So these times we don't sign in the email, but you can just include your full name and your designation, your position. Okay, so Grace Asare, Master of Divinity student. Okay, or your details. Yeah, that would be very, very simple. And my personal advice is many opportunities in life came because I sent emails. I received information, build relationships, secure support, and connected with people who became important part of my journey. So do not let fear stop you. Your English does not need to be perfect. They know it that English is your second language. It is not your first language, and they respect that. Your email does not need to be perfect. For these days, we have a lot of AI tools that you can use to correct your grammar. We have one called Grammarly. That is what I mostly use. You can use it. It will correct your grammar for you. What matters is being respectful, clear, and genuine. The email you are afraid to send today may be the email that changes your future.